Hey, so I wanted to make this video real quick to actually explain something that's a little bit of a problem with a add-on that I made about a few months ago, like 2 or 1 month ago, I don't remember. Um, so I made a add-on for the Lambda players, and it's basically a remaster of the player admin system. And that add-on had a few things that I found off because you couldn't sit any of the lambdas, you couldn't kick or sorry, you could ban them, you couldn't do like most of stuff that actual admins can do. So I ended up making the add-on. So since the release of the add-on, some people had a few problems with it, and that's why I wanted to make this video real quick. One problem at the moment that people were having right now is that there would be a thing where if a lambda gets attacked or takes some sort of damage, they would usually just go right back to their original state and like completely just leave the sit. I have tried fixing that before, and it's not really something that is really simple for me to use. Keep in mind, I don't know a lot about how these codes work. I am very well known with how Nextbot's codes works. I'm not really smart when it comes to how Lambda player AIs works. So basically, I tried making it like if you decompile the add-on and you see the code, which I'm not saying that you should. I'm just saying like if you do, because some people might. There is some codes in there that basically try making that not happen. It just I don't know why it just doesn't work. So I just kind of said, fuck it. So what I would recommend you do is probably going to a map that can actually keep that lambda away from that area, because lambdas that are attacking your current lambda that you have sitted, they don't usually go all the way to trying to get up to where you're at. Like if you're on top of a building or you're in a room that doesn't have any connection to where they could probably try walking up to. Unless if you have that one setting that lets them no clip to the area that they want to go, which I don't see why you would want to have that on because it's not really necessary. Some maps that I would recommend is GM DOO City by No Local, or GM Construct City, which I will be going to that to show off some other things that I wanted to do today. So, the next thing that some people were also finding out is that
Do it! You fucking pussy!
So, another thing that some people found out about the lambdas is that when you try warning them or kicking or banning them, when you try typing it in the chat, when you try like doing it in a way, so if I were to put spaces in my thing, so yeah, if I try doing
Do it, you bitch! Do it!
so it would just appear like that. Here's the thing. So my code, which this is fixable. I just I don't usually have the time to do this right now. It wouldn't really show all of the words. I just again at the moment can't really do that, but it's because my code it checks on what you type. So obviously it checks if you do, comma, warn, and then you gotta do the lambda's name. So you do his name, and then the warn reason. Again, you can't put spaces in your warn reason, so Um,
Do it, you bitch! Do it!
Lambda has, like, spaces in their name and stuff. In here. Obviously, like, someone like Joe Mama, for example, I did not make that name. That just came with their fucking default names. Obviously, if you tried typing his entire name, which also, if you tried, kicking him and then try putting a reason, it would just pop up like his last name, and I could probably try making it a thing for the tab menu where it would just when you try putting a reason in there and then they have multiple spaces or something complex in their name, it would just skip the rest and just do like the first few things in their name, so that way you get what I mean. What I personally recommend is when you sit someone, I personally would probably recommend when you sit someone with another complex name. So I'll spawn a few more of these guys. If you tried sitting someone like Tyler, I personally would. Here, I'm gonna return car. So if I tried sitting Tyler, what I personally would recommend doing would be sit and then only do the first part. My code will automatically detect if someone has something in their name with what you typed in, so obviously since Tyler's the only one with that similar name, it will bring him. And then if you try warning somebody, so let's say Tyler did multiple things, or if you try putting space in your warn, what I would do is warn Tyler space, and then instead of putting spaces, you can split it with this. Now keep in mind, putting warn reasons is not exactly important. When you give someone a warn, it's like, oh, you know, you type that and then it doesn't matter. I do probably have plans to maybe make it where, so like when you check someone's warns, it'll tell what those warns were. That would probably help out a lot more and would actually be more like an admin. So yeah, like I said, instead of using spaces, what you could do is just space it out with that. So Tyler RDM'd, do that. Also said a bad word, and then it would appear like that. Again, it's not important. If it's there if you want it to be fancy. But soon I'll probably try to make it more better. And then obviously gotta return him because he's on the server for a reason. There you go. Now Tyler can go do Tyler things. Now if you personally ask me like what am I planning in the future, I do have a few ideas that I could probably try doing for this add-on. I haven't really gotten the time to actually, like, work on this again because I've been kind of caught up with doing some NPCs. Like, for example, when I recently uploaded the It Steals NPCs and the Slendytubbies NPCs. Big deal. But it's like, obviously I can definitely work on this sometime, but for the ones who don't know, I'm pretty busy. And talking about the add-ons as well, if you're wondering why I've been kind of absent with updating some things, is because, again, I'm busy, but also some people might ask for the It Steals NPC, hey, is it 100% certain if the Hide and Seeker would come out? I am not 100% sure. I did try to, I am trying to learn how to use the bake tools right now, because that is actually a very important part on how to port these models, is that you have to bake the animations inside of a model in Unity. And I don't know if you know this, but I have no idea how fucking anything works. I have not touched Unity once in my life. Now, you might also be asking, why doesn't Eastles ever want to do it? It's not like he doesn't want to. It's more of that he's also caught up in some things. It's not something that he usually has the great time to do. The reason why he did Legs is because Legs is not actually... He didn't port Legs because of my add-on. That's another thing I want to mention. Legs was not ported for my add-on. Legs was ported way before I was even planning to remake the add-on. But the reason why he ported his Legs, it was actually because of his personal project that he was doing for SF2, which is a full boss, which is public right now. You can actually play and add him to your server right now because he is public. But pretty much that's like, pretty much, he has no plans to make Hide and Seeker. That is the whole reason why, if we do end up ever making Hide and Seeker, well, me, because I'm making the code, but, oh, excuse me, but, like, if we ever do end up making the Hide and Seeker, it's probably going to be ported by either me or someone else, because, again, I don't feel like, I should be making this guy port everything for my add-on. That's not really something a normal person would do. I would rather him port the stuff if it's for his own personal use. But yeah, that's not what this video is about. I just wanted to get that out of there. I'm very sorry for the lack of updating. Right now, just if you have any more questions, please tell me in the comments. I am always open to answer some questions. At least make it a valid question instead of make hide and seeker now. It just, like, if you have actual questions, please let me know, and I'm very open to answer them. Of course, the add-ons are in the workshop. If you have any questions, go to there too if you want. Instead, I do really want to thank some people who have contributed and helped with making these stuff. The Lambda player admin system is a full original project that was made by me. It's not contributed or made by someone else or helped by someone else. It was all made by me. But yeah,